Esperanza TV presents Taste and See. The story for today: God keeps His promises.
My name is Alexis Grajales. I am from Colombia and I live in New Jersey. At a certain point in my life, I went through a major financial crisis because I had just come out of a long health trauma.
It was colon cancer. I believed in the Lord and I believe that God is faithful. God has 8 natural remedies to give us health. And through those 8 natural remedies, the Lord healed me completely from cancer. The co-payments I was left with were very high because I was hospitalized and had to see oncologists and everything else. The co-payments were very high, so I ended up in debt, very much in debt.
I am the father of 3 children, but the school fees were very overdue. I needed to find a solution, or better yet, hope for a miracle. Because one day my daughter called me and told me that they wouldn't allow her to take her exams if the overdue fees weren't paid.
And now the girl told me, they won't let me take the exams if you don't pay what we owe. And that was my financial situation. I'm embarrassed to say this. I'm a pastor of the church. How am I going to pay for the kids' school? And now the girl is putting more pressure on me. Dad, I'm not going to get the chance to take the exams. That was my precarious financial situation.
I always believed that God works powerfully through stewardship and prayer. So I continued to be faithful in tithes and offerings, believing in divine provision.
I never let my guard down in returning the tithes and a second tithe. Despite what people sometimes told me, look, no, this is from God. Tithe, second tithe.
It was a day in December when someone knocked on my door.
I went out and there was a man from the area and he says to me, hey, you are in the newspaper. Newspaper, and what have I done? I asked him, look, the government has a subsidy for you. Some money they have for you and you haven't claimed it and a lot of time has passed and now the government is publishing it in the newspaper so you can get it. The guy left and I was like in shock.
Then that gentleman left, but he left my heart happy, seeing that God was working in my life.
Well, can you believe that all the school money was there? All of it, the cash piled up right there. God never let me down. I had a little car, and my car never broke down. I put more than 350,000 miles on that car, driving it constantly. And that car never broke down. I never had to take it to a mechanic never. God is faithful. God is real. When you set aside the tithe and the second tithe, you are believing that God is real. There is no other way to know that God is real except through faithfulness. And God fulfills what Malachi says. Test me in this, says the Lord, if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing until it overflows. That is true.
This experience strengthened my ministry and helped me continue to believe that God fulfills His promises.
Taste and See.
Preparémonos para ser fieles a Dios con nuestros diezmos y ofrendas.